Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Namu Myoho Renge Kyo. Oh man, I just did a video on ego soul. In this very next chapter of the Diamond Sutra, Shakyamuni says, Subhuti, what do you think? Did the Tathagata obtain any such dharma in the presence of Dipankara Tathagata, the fully enlightened one? Subhuti says, no, indeed, Bhagavan, the Tathagata did not obtain any such dharma in the presence of Dipankara Tathagata, the fully enlightened one. Then the Buddha says, Subhuti, if any bodhisattva should thus claim, quote, I shall bring about the transformation of a world, end quote, such a claim would be untrue. Do you understand what that means? We don't practice Buddhism to change the world we're experiencing. We're practicing Buddhism to change our experience of that world that everybody is participating in. But each and every human sentient mind is experiencing the fountain analogy. Go look at the video, the fountain analogy. There it is again. We all experience everything through our own epistemology, our own karma, our own alaya consciousness, our own freight train of karma, our predilections, tendencies, conditions, right? They're specific to each one of us. So no matter how hard you think with your mind you can change the world, the only thing you can affect is your experience and therefore your behavior within the world everyone else is experiencing in their own unique way. Your world is your world. And you experience it the way you experience it. The world does not change. Remember in the Vimalakirti Sutra? The Buddha land? It's this land. The shift is in the mind. Let's go on. And how so? Buddha says, the transformation of a world, Subhuti, the transformation of a world is said by the Tathagata to be no transformation of the world. Thus it is called the transformation of a world. Therefore, Subhuti, fearless bodhisattvas should thus give birth to a thought that is not attached and not give birth to a thought attached to anything, like an ego or soul or anything permanent or anything, because things are impermanent, things are empty. I mean, he says it constantly. He goes on, they should not give birth to a thought attached to a sight, nor should they give birth to a thought attached to a sound, a smell, a taste, a touch, or a dharma. Do you understand how far-reaching that statement is? Subhuti, imagine a person with an immense, perfect body whose self-existence is like that of Mount Sumeru. What do you think, Subhuti? Would such self-existence be great? I'm sure Donald Trump thinks he's a Mount Sumeru. Wow. Subhuti replied, great indeed, Bhagavan. Such self-existence would be great, Sugata. Because self-existence, Bhagavan, self-existence, quote-unquote, is said by the Tathagata to be no existence. Thus is it called self-existence, because it's self-constructed. Because, Bhagavan, it is neither existence nor no existence. Thus it is called self-existence. Buddhism is about the mind. (11) The Buddha said, Subhuti, what do you think? If there were as many rivers as there are grains of sand in the great river of the Ganges, would the number of grains of sand in all those rivers be great? Yeah. Subhuti, yeah, the number of rivers would be great, Bhagavan. How much more so would there grains of sand? The Buddha said, I shall tell you, Subhuti, so you shall know. If a man or woman filled as many worlds as there are grains of sand in all those rivers with the 7 jewels, here we go again with the jewels, 7, by the way, and gave them as a gift to the Tathagatas, the fully enlightened ones, what do you think? Subhuti, would the body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman be great? It's the same example we read before, isn't it? Subhuti replies, it would be great, Bhagavan. Great indeed, Sugata. The body of merit produced as a result by that man or woman would be immeasurable and infinite. Infinite, he says. And the Buddha said, Subhuti, if then a man or woman filled as many worlds as that with the 7 jewels and gave them as a gift to the Tathagatas, the fully enlightened ones, and a noble son or daughter grasped but one 4-line gatha of this Dharma teaching and made it known and explained it to others, the body of merit produced as a result would be immeasurably, infinitely greater. So yeah, you get kudos for being generous and helping people out in the samsaric world. Yeah, anytime you can help other beings, that's a good thing. But it pales in comparison to sharing enlightenment, to sharing Namo Myoho Renge Kyo with just one other person, to give them the keys to Buddhahood. How could anything be more valuable than that? More immense than that? Understand that for all of the sparks and money and joys and sadnesses of samsara, all of that is like brine shrimp in a bowl compared to the unlimited experience of Buddhahood. And it takes so little. It takes a 4-line gatha. And this is in, early Mahayana. This is just help brother to sister, sister to sister, brother to brother, parent to child, child to parent. Just in all our relationships, we should be aiming for this seemingly unattainable goal. That way, everything else we do just becomes a matter of course. Difficulty evaporates because it's in service to such a high ideal. Furthermore, Subhuti, wherever but one 4-line gatha of this Dharma teaching is spoken or explained, that place is like a stupa in the world of devas, of humans and asuras. How much more shall they be remarkably rewarded, Subhuti, who memorize, recite, and master this entire teaching and explain it in detail to others? For in that place, Subhuti, dwells a teacher or one who represents the guru of wisdom. Gongyo. It's obvious, isn't it? Over and over and over again. Shakyamuni desperately, really desperately, tries to impress his students with the mechanisms, the very foundations of stress, anxiety, sufferings, pain, come from our identification of permanence, of ownership, of dragging along everything we collect in our warehouse of stuff. That's what makes us miserable. You need to shift your mind, your perception, your experience of enlightenment is awaiting your engagement. Then all that other stuff with all of its tendrils and blah, 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 it just, it doesn't out of existence. It poofs liberated from holding you back from real joy, real experience. Namum Myoho Renge Kyo. I can't think of better adjectives. Maybe in another language. Maybe it's just Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Be well. Take care of your health. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind. And I'll see you in the next one. With all my deep, profound appreciation. Bye for now.